Freedom High School, the site tonight for the Colonial League Boys Championship game. The 11sports.com game of the week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine. And boy, do we have a good one. Saucon Valley Panthers with a record of 14-4, 19-5 overall. They're the 3 seed, take on the top seed Notre Dame Crusaders, 17-1, 20-3 overall. Al DiCarlo, Tommy Moser, so glad you could join us here on Championship Friday night. Girls championship was decided moments ago, and it was a 3-peat for Northwestern, 31-30 over Palmerton. These two teams met twice during the year, 51-50 in favor of Saucon Valley. Notre Dame, 56-45. Rubber game.
Rubber match. Ask me in about an hour and a half, so we're going to change of tempo here, right? Notre Dame wants to play fast. Saucon Valley wants to play slow. Who's going to be able to exert their willpower over the tempo of the game is going to be a huge factor.
We expect a great matchup. Brett Snyder, his first year, he was the Palmerton assistant coach, has done a great job. But, a team that didn't have that many wins last year, they had 7 overall wins, 7-15. To turn them around to 19-5 has been amazing. They beat Suddenly High 46-38. They've won 4 in a row. Today, Joseph Davis really is key for them inside.
Well, Joseph Davis is massive. Saucon Valley is a tall, long lineup. Joseph Davis leads that charge. He cleans up the glass. He'll finish inside. He's got good hands, good body control, also an intimidating shot blocker defensively. So he's a massive inside presence for Saucon Valley.
Well, on the other side for Pat Boyle, 27th year for him, 463 and 223. They beat Palmerton 59-43 in the semis. Since that loss to Saucon Valley, they have won 13 in a row. Zach Rogers, 63-pointers. He's everywhere.
Well, what can you say about Rogers? He does it all. When they need him to score, he'll score. Doesn't need to score. I said the other night when we did the game, he wants to pass. He wants to make a fancy pass. Somebody's open, he's going to find him, so you can't just key on his shot because he's going to make a play, and that's someone who can control a game.
Well, champion will be decided tonight here at Freedom High School, so glad you could join us. The Colonial League Boys Championship, Saucon Valley, Notre Dame coming up next. D11sports.com game of the week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine.
At St. Luke's Orthopedic Care, you can trust us with your hands, feet, shoulders, hips, and knees. Because healthy bones and joints mean you can do more. You can trust us to recommend the right approach to care, including joint-sparing treatments and therapies. And when surgery is the only choice, we offer options to help you heal faster, including technology-assisted joint replacements and muscle-sparing hip surgery. St. Luke's, the orthopedic care you trust, now more than ever.
Since 1919, the name Reichenbach Oil has been synonymous with reliability and community. That's because for the past 100 years, we've been delivering heating oil to Lehigh Valley homes at ultra-competitive pricing 7 days a week, with auto delivery and easy payment options to fit your needs. And we offer same-day delivery. When you need oil delivered, think Reichenbach. 100 years of serving the Lehigh Valley community. Reichenbach Oil, delivery you can count on.
I'ma be legend for life. I said I'ma be legend for life. Against the wall where you go turn. Wanna see you crash, wanna see you burn. But you gotta stay tall, gotta wait your turn. Cause through trials, that's what legend.
We are back and getting ready for the championship. It's Notre Dame, the top seed, against Saucon Valley, the number 3 seed. Standing by right now, Chase Eller from Wilson and A.J. Monsman from Southern Lehigh with their thoughts.
Chase Eller and A.J. Monson here covering the D11 Sports Colonial League Championship between Saucon Valley and Notre Dame. I had the ability to speak to Coach Snyder before the game, and he said the big goal is to keep the shooters off and really just work the outside. He wants to keep the shots up. He wants to outscore this high-scoring offense and just keep every different defensive scheme he can possibly work to just keep this game tight and give his team a chance to win.
Yeah, and Chase talks about that high-scoring offense. I had the ability to talk to Coach Boyle from Notre Dame on that high-scoring offense, and he said they're looking to run. They're going to press on defense. They're going to run on offense, get this game going up and down, and they're not going to win in the half court, he told me. With Saucon's size, it's just impossible. So look for them to press and run, try and get shots up quick. They come in winning 13 straight after the Saucon game, and let me tell you, it's an electric atmosphere down here. We got a huge student section with Saucon. Notre Dame's filing in. Colonial League Championship boys basketball. Al, back to you guys.
All right, AJ, thanks a lot. And Chase Eller, as we get ready for this matchup between these two teams. So excited to have him here, and so excited to be here for this matchup between these two teams. Should be a great night of basketball. Already one champion crowned, and we wait to see what happens here moving forward with these two teams. If you're a student from any District 11 school interested in broadcasting, journalism, or photography, check out the11sports.com. Follow your dream. Get close to the action. Be part of our student internship program. For more information, visit your athletic director or reach out to myself or Dave at the11sports.com. St. Luke's is the region's largest sports medicine provider, covering more than 200,000 student enrollment and 40,000 student athletes in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, covering 8 counties and providing the most comprehensive and advanced treatment for athletic injuries. St. Luke's offers athletic training, orthopedic care, physical therapy, and concussion management, plus sports performance training for individual athletes and teams. During these extraordinary times, you can trust St. Luke's Sports Medicine to provide extraordinary care. This quarter and this game brought to you also by our Reichenbach Oil Company, celebrating over 100 years of providing the Lehigh Valley with convenient and reliable home heating oil delivery. Proud to support all District 11 athletics. Mention you heard us on the D11 Sports broadcast and receive $25 off of your next oil delivery. Come watch the Lehigh Valley Legends play and see what all the excitement's about, starting in March at the Kirby Sports Center at Lafayette College. Buy your tickets now, LehighValleyLegends.com. They start on the road with 2 games on March 4th and 5th, Albany and Montreal. Then they will hit Lafayette College, Kirby Sports Center. Their home opener set for March 10th against Syracuse and March 11th against the Reading Rebels. Game also brought to you by DeMeo's Family Ristorante and Pizzeria in Hellertown, serving Italian cuisine for more than 36 years. Open Monday through Thursday, 11 to 8 p.m., and Friday and Saturday from 11 to 8:30 p.m. Stop in or call in your order at 610-838-8004. DeMeo's in Hellertown, your choice for great food. And with that, we get ready for the introductions of the 2023 Boys Colonial League Championship game, and it's really exciting to be here for sure. And, we said this for a long time. When you get to this position where you're looking for a championship, and a team like Saucon Valley, who was not even in the mix last year, and now is playing for a title, that student base, both sides, jam-packed, and they're excited. But I tell you what, Hellertown's come here, and so is Notre Dame. It's going to be a packed house and be perfect here.
Well, that's a great thing about high school sports, right? Saucon Valley's been down for quite a while, and in 1 year with the new coach, they've kind of brought the pride back to Hellertown, and we should be in for a raucous atmosphere here.
Pause in Honor America with the singing of our national anthem.
Our freedoms with the singing of our national anthem tonight. Tonight our national anthem will be sung by Fred Begley of the Service Electric Network.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleam, whose broad stripes and bright
Great rendition of National Anthem, Glenn Begley, Service Electric Network. We've been hearing a lot of National Anthems have been pretty good.
Local media member, Glenn Beck, great job. So, I talked to Catasauqua Athletic Director Tommy Mole. We were over there the other night and had 2 outstanding renditions by Angelina Dries. It's her 18th birthday today. I asked Tommy if we would have her over here. He said she couldn't do it because it was her 18th birthday. He also told me, Al, that was the first time in all the times that they've been running playoff games over there at Catasauqua that they sang the anthem twice on a doubleheader. Normally just once. She did such a great job, as we pointed out the other night.
Great job, and you're not going to sing to the girl. Come on. All right. As a starting lineup is being introduced to the crowd, we'll show you first our keys to the game, and we'll bring them on in for both teams. Saucon Valley, Brett Snyder, transition points, limit some turnovers. Notre Dame, Pat Boyle wants to do a little bit different.
So we talked about in the open, who's going to be able to control the tempo? Saucon wants to play the game in the 40s. Notre Dame wants to play it in the 60s or 70s. So what's one of Snyder's keys? Limit the transition points, slow Notre Dame down. What does Boyle want to do? He wants to play fast. Saucon has a very, very good half-court defense. If Notre Dame cannot run the floor, get some easy transition buckets, he feels that favors Saucon because they can set up their defense, right?
Without question. Crowd is being introduced, the starting 5 for each team, and we will introduce the starting 5 for each team here. Alex Magnotta, Jake Albert, Jack Robertson, Jake Klotz, Sadeh Joseph Davis. For Notre Dame, Zach Rogers, Colin Boyle, Cameron Bone, Dane Vassallo, and Chase Marks, your starting 5 for this championship game.
And you see the size. Saucon will have a massive size advantage, but Vassallo, he was huge the other night against Palmerton. He played above his 6'2 frame. He's going to have to do the same thing tonight because he's going to be giving up some size in there to the length of the Panthers.
Girls Championship was another down-to-the-wire game, and it was a three-peat for Northwestern tonight. You know, you remember back in a while back, Robbie Thompson,
Mark Hollum,
one of my favorite players all the years of broadcasting, Mark Hollum. Always just say Mr. DiCarlo, Mr. DiCarlo.
So, Al, do you know
you don't say Mr. DiCarlo.
Heck no. Do you know that Mark Hollum is a current assistant coach at the Air Force Academy?
I do indeed know this.
I've watched a couple Mountain West games this year, and I see him on the – I've watched a few. I see him on the bench calling out instructions. Air Force doing a very good job this year.
And underneath, that's why we highlight him. Today, Joseph Davis.
He has a nose for the ball. He hangs around the rim. Picked one up right there, and he does a nice job finishing inside.
So we are underway. And the outside, that one off the mark. You know, we asked Coach Snyder the other day. We saw him in the back at Catasauqua. Were you nervous? He said, yes, I am. You think he was nervous today? I mean, we said hi to him. He seemed like he was all excited, but, you know, he's got to show that nerve, doesn't he?
He does. I think he is a little bit, but, you know, as a competitor, the minute that the ball goes up and the game starts, I think a lot of those nerves go away. Now, you get into a one-possession game in the fourth quarter like the girls' game.
Robertson.
Those nerves will come back down the stretch if he's got to make some decisions with the game on the line, but in the middle quarters here, he's just going to coach.
So Saucon Valley leading here early, 4-0. Rogers, Vassallo, that one knocked away. Joseph Davis with 33 block shots on the season. And the basket is good by Marks. Marks had a great start in the semifinal win against Palmerton.
Here's some full court pressure by Notre Dame. That was a tough make by Marks right there. Just a scorer finds a way to get the ball in the basket. There's Boyle wanting to force the tempo a little bit by applying some pressure.
Boyle got tagged in the mouth in the semifinal game, and he had changed jerseys. He's back to his normal number 10.
So they got it washed. Doing some laundry over there at Notre Dame.
Now, you had a chance to see Jim Haney before. He's taking shots at you with that, you know, you picked up that suit. I don't know.
Well, you know.
I'm just saying, he's here tonight.
I gave him a couple shots of my own.
To the corner. That is a three. If it goes, it does not for Chase Marks.
There's an early whistle on Joseph Davis. So much like we had in the girls' game, he's got to be on edge now here. Don't want to pick up a second.
No, not at all. That one just a straight turnover. I was standing there waiting for that one was Jay Klotz. I don't know how that ball didn't go out of bounds. And the air ball. This pace. Who's the pace favoring?
Well, it
favors Notre Dame?
It favors Notre Dame. They're probably one player deeper. We're not sure about the availability of Danny Darno, right? Coach Snyder doesn't really want to go much deeper than 7. Notre Dame wants to play more up-tempo, and if you have an extra body to use, certainly going to favor that team.
Eyeing it up. That one, the back of the rim, won't go for Zach Rogers. Frustrated right on that first one. He knows he's got 60 on the year. He knows that they're going to eventually drop. He's hoping they drop early so he can get in some kind of rhythm.
Yeah, if not, he'll just start deferring. That's what he likes to do best anyway, but for sure he wants to get on track.
That ball knocked away. Great job defensively here by the Crusaders. It's still 4-2 in favor of the Panthers here, about 2.5 minutes in. Vassallo wide open. Can't connect, once and done. Rebound goes to Magnotta. Magnotta had 1 point in the first game, 4 in the second, but in the semifinal win against Southern Lehigh, pushed in 16.
Now, one of the things that Coach Snyder told us was you have to be willing to give up something, right? As a coach, defensively, you're going to give up something. He'll live with Dane Vassallo shooting threes. Vassallo wants to do his damage in the paint, not so much on the perimeter.
Wow, we haven't seen a basket in a while here. Vassallo off the back of the rim, and another rebound by Magnotta.
And there's the size advantage coming into play. No second chances at this point for Notre Dame.
Midway through quarter number 1, splitting through the defense. That ball gets tipped. It'll remain Panther basketball with under 4 to play.
Coach Boyle wanted that one to go the other way, but Ernesto Lopez on the call along with Mike Pena and Rob Bozak.
Magnotta, nice feed underneath. Good look. Jake Klotz is on the scoreboard.
So a great look, as you said, by Magnotta, but let's give credit to Klotz there for moving without the ball.
So Joseph Davis says, return to sender, driving through, and an offensive foul. Boy, there's a lot of fire in here.
Absolutely. Both teams playing with some edge. Robertson not liking that one. Maybe dipped his shoulder a little bit.
Well, today, Joseph Davis has come to play tonight.
Absolutely. A couple massive rejections.
Yep.
As we get a look at that last one right there, just met him at the rim and a clean swat.
Splitting through the defense, nowhere to go. And Notre Dame will reset here offensively. Yeah, I'm going to get back to the pace. I mean, they're moving. I mean, there's more action in the first 5 minutes of this game than we've seen in a while.
Yeah, for sure. We're not taking time off the clock just to burn clock here. It's very good disciplined defense by Saucon Valley, and we're going to get a turnover there, a rare carrying call. But Saucon, I kind of equate them to a poor man's Virginia. All right, not to that level, obviously, but very good like pack line help defense where they'll give up an outside shot and try and keep you out of the paint, and it's been effective so far.
6-2. A body goes flying. I don't know what happened there, but Colin Boyle took a shot.
He seems to find himself
I said number 10 before, number 5. I apologize.
Right. A couple subs here for Coach Boyle.
So 6-2.
Miles and Hobby into the game for the Crusaders.
Tommy, how about all this action, but only 8 points total? There's like 3 block shots.
Yeah, Saucon on their end of the floor not really getting a lot of looks, to be honest, and their defense has just been too good. You don't see many Notre Dame players running free or in open space.
Brett Snyder is jacked up on that far sideline. He has not sat down.
I'm not sure if he'll be able to keep that up for 4 quarters.
I think you may be right. He was doing that old Toyota, oh, what a feeling commercial, jumping up and down. The older guys like us, we understand it. To the corner. The dish. That goes off the hands of Adam Clark. Waiting, assessing. Can't drop it down. There's got to be a foul here somewhere.
So right there, Al, Joseph Davis does not get credit for a block, but his presence inside just absolutely deterred Chase Marks from going up with that layup, which he otherwise would have in any other instance. And so, can't credit Joseph Davis with a block, but it's absolutely an altar.
$150 left. Constantine Donahue, too high off the window.
Donahue got a little lost there with what he wanted to do, unsure if he was going to pass or shoot.
Big three, draining it. Caleb Hobby.
So when you're struggling for offense like Boyle is, let's go to the bench and find somebody else, and he gets something instantly from the 6'4 junior.
.65 is your score. Over to Donahue. Donahue tries to get the feed down underneath. That ball loose. It goes to Day. And then that one taken away. And they're going to get Donahue on the foul.
So you're commenting as we get a look at the replay here. Donahue, Vassallo, good hand. Joseph Davis didn't quite have control. And then Rogers in with the steal. You're commenting on the flurries of action here, but not a lot of points. The teams, there's just a lot of emotion and energy in the building. They just need to slow down, calm down, and I think you'll see that at the quarter break in a minute, and I think we'll see a more efficient second quarter.
Changing hands is Donahue for the basket.
Oh, he squeezed that one over the rim, didn't he?
8-5. A fadeaway jumper from the baseline for Zach Rogers. Wow.
Well, Rogers, he kind of got cut off there. He had nowhere else to go with it. And there's a turnover as Rob Bozak is going to come in and correctly call it, staying here with Notre Dame. The full court pressure after the Rogers make.
.87, about 35 seconds remaining. This for the lead. Yes, Boyle. So a three by Boyle.
Snyder unhappy with his out-of-bounds defense, immediately grabbing Alex Magnotta off the bench and almost throwing him to the scorer's table in a loving way.
First lead of the game by the Crusaders. They go for the trap right in front of us. Over to Donahue. The feed inside. Over to Clark. Clark goes inside. No. Ball loose. The tip back. That one doesn't go. They'll get a chance here with 2 seconds. A good look at a three. That one doesn't drop. And through one. Boy, we got a good one cooking here. It's 10-8 Crusaders. You're watching our D11Sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine. We'll be back right after this.
The team that we have put together of sport performance coaches and athletic trainers is why parents should choose St. Luke's University Health Network for their sport performance needs.
St. Luke's and our coaches are going to provide the safest and most comprehensive training environment that a student athlete would want. And I don't think there's anything in this area that can rival it.
Won't see you burn, but you gotta stay tall, gotta wait your turn. Cause through trials, that's what legend.
We are back. 10-8 is your score. Aldi Caller, Tommy Moser, A.J. Monsman, Chase Eller. And your thoughts, Tommy, the first quarter?
Well, frenetic, right? Just up and down. I think that quarter took about 10 minutes to play 8 minutes, right? We had no timeouts. We had a few whistles for fouls, but I don't think anybody took a foul shot. Maybe we had 1 or 2 foul shots at most, but just up and down, a lot of running. And I think the teams will settle down a little bit now nerves-wise. You saw it in the last minute or two of the first quarter. So good action. I think both coaches are okay with where they're at right now.
This one, look at that release. It doesn't go, but that was quick.
High, quick and high. It's difficult to alter that if you're a defender.
So a 10-8 game. Notre Dame only led in the last 25 seconds of the quarter. A corner three. That one hits the front of the rim by Braden Weiss. You're talking about going deep, Saucon Valley. They've played almost 8 players so far.
Yeah, you're right. I wasn't sure if Snyder would go that deep into the bench. He has. I think part of that is due to the pace. He understands the way they're going up and down the floor here. He's not going to be able to keep his 6-man rotation for the entire 32 minutes.
Yeah, Caleb Hobby thought that wasn't a walk, but he just really skipped a feet.
He did. Drug it a little bit, and Ernesto Lopez all over it. Good call. Here comes some pressure from Boyle.
So a minute into quarter number 2. Excitement intense. Again, these two teams met twice this year. And you remember we saw Saucon Valley's second game of the season against Wilson. And after that, you got in the car, called me and said, whoa, where'd they come from? Because no one really expected that. And all of a sudden we saw it. We're like, this team could be really good. You got tall guys, but they can all play.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you just don't expect it in high school, right? A lot of it, it's a progression. You're either Notre Dame's here every year. They just kind of reload. If you're a program like Saucon, it's rare for you to take that. They almost skipped a step, right? They went from 7-15, and now a year later they're in the league title game. Normally there's a level in the middle where you'll get a little better and go 500.
Oh, nice look. Dane Vassallo. We go back to sorry to cut you off, we go back to the semifinal game, and Zach Rogers had 6 more assists. Could have had 12. Well, and, a couple of easy putts were missed.
That's what he does right. That's where he's at his best. In the open floor, you get players moving around. Notre Dame always moves well without the ball. Vassallo cuts. Rogers finds him. They've probably done that 1,000 times in practice. But back one last to finish up that thought on Saucon is they almost they didn't have that 11-11 year where they qualify for districts and get some postseason experience, and then next year they come back loaded for bear. They went all the way from 7-15 to the league title game in 1 year with a new coach. That's incredible. It's a testament to Coach Snyder, his staff, and the guys that stuck with it in the program.
Absolutely. Approaching a 5:30 mark. Outside Boyle. That one well off the mark. And Saucon Valley still finds themselves down by 8.
Saucon's been stuck on 8 for quite a while.
Yeah, they took the lead 8-5. It's a 7-0 run right now. That was about the 1 minute mark. So almost 4 minutes without a basket for Saucon Valley. Yeah. There's the outlet. Great job. Oh. Give him the ball. Robertson stopping and popping from 15. Oh, yeah. Why not?
Absolutely. That was all Robertson right there. He hustled back, grabbed a steal when it looked like it was going to be 2 for Notre Dame. He dribbles through 2.5 defenders. Nice, sweet pull-up from 13 feet. Great individual effort right there by Jack Robertson.
These guys are going back and forth on one another. Whistle and a foul.
And that's a good call, and I think that's going to be 2 on Robertson.
Ooh, that's a big one.
Saucon Valley foul number 11, Jack Robertson, his second personal, 16 foul.
It is. It's 6 on the team, but more importantly, with 4 minutes left here in the second quarter, that's 2 fouls on Jack Robertson. He needs to be on the floor for Coach Snyder, so he just has to play. He's only a sophomore, he has to play like a veteran right now and not pick up his third foul before we go to the half.
And we saw it in the third in the girls' game.
Yeah, and Kara Thomas was able to play with her 3 fouls and was effective at doing it. So
Saucon Valley's basketball. Inbound to the Panthers. Sitting here at 12-10 and a foul. That's the 13th foul. 6 already, I think, on Saucon Valley.
Well, a couple of those were charges, player control. Yeah. So they're not calling it too tight right now. For, as you pointed out, how much action we've had and the possessions we've had.
Joseph Davis.
Well, that's bonus points right there for Joseph Davis. He only has 1 made 3 on the year, so you know he's not much of a perimeter shooter. Now that one was from 15. Nice little stroke.
And right back is Colin Boyle for the basket. But interesting, against Notre Dame, both games, 15 and 13. So he, has brought his A game against, the top team in the league.
Yeah, absolutely. So it's a matchup he likes. He got the first bucket. He got that one.
Magnotta, haven't called his name in quite a while. Feeds the corner as we approach the 3-minute mark. Patience here for the Panthers, and a foul here by Boyle. That's 2.
Yep, and he's going to go take a seat maybe for the remainder of the half. Pat Boyle has the luxury of maybe being able to take Colin Boyle off the floor, whereas Brett Snyder does not have the luxury of having Jack Robertson off the floor for much time at all.
Crusaders up by 2, 14-12. Ball loose, taken there by Vassallo. Vassallo was our player of the game in the last meeting. Lit up for 16. And taken over across to Isaiah Miles. Miles takes a shot. That one's short. Magnotta with a rebound.
Again, good half-court defense by the Panthers and holding the Crusaders to 1 shot.
We're down to 2:22. Driving through, off the glass, and a whistle and a foul.
It was a smart play right there by Robertson. Got a good angle, turned the corner. You get a look at it. He's going to draw the foul because of his body control. Uses the high ball screen by Joseph Davis. Leans in. Not a lot of contact by the defender, Vassallo, but you often see that called by the official, and Robertson knows that. He's a heady player.
So we missed a couple. We've seen a couple missed free throws on both sides so far.
Yeah, actually, Coach Snyder, one of his keys was they need to make free throws. It's not a strength of theirs, but in a championship game, you got to take advantage.
So Joseph Davis gets the rebound, and now we'll get over the top. That's 2. Again, you get aggressive. You know you have the ups, but you also know that Chase Marks knows he's breathing on your back, and you're going to make that kind of maybe even pushing back, knowing that he's going to get a foul.
Yeah, so good fundamental basketball by Notre Dame, and Chase Marks with the good box out, and Bozak determined, rightly so, there was a little bit of contact by Joseph Davis, and
we're walking the floor.
We are going to shoot 1-1, and again, importantly, that's 2 on 2 important starters for Saucon Valley.
So Vassallo to the free throw line. Makes the first. And makes the second. He's got 4. And the lead up to 4, 16-12. Panthers down by 4 with 1:45 on the clock. Eyeing up to 3. That one won't go. And we get a whistle and a foul that will send Joseph Davis to the free throw line.
Good job by that young man as we get a look at the replay here. A little weave action out front by the Panthers. Eventually Robertson will fire. Joseph Davis just sneaks inside and in one motion, like he's playing a backyard game of taps, catch and go up.
Saucon Valley can't convert on the free throws. Again, talked about that and you mentioned it. Magnotta's at 69%, Weiss at 39%, Donahue at 42%, Albert at 69%, Robertson at 60%, Klotz at 68%, 42% for Davis, and 61% for Clark.
So you're looking around 50% as a team. They're 1 for 4 here now in the last minute between Robertson and Joseph Davis, and the big man probably going to sit here for the rest of the half with his 2 fouls.
So 16-13. Vassallo, that's a tough shot on the reverse for Vassallo. He's got 6.
Well, no coincidence. The minute that Joseph Davis goes to the bench, we see an immediate drive to the hole and a finish inside by Vassallo because there's no threat of a shot blocker in there with number 25 on the bench with 2 fouls.
Here's Magnotta. Gives that one up, and Jake Klotz has 4.
Nice pass by Magnotta. That's twice now that Klotz has moved without the ball and got himself a basket.
Vassallo with the basketball. Inside a minute, he goes down underneath. And a whistle. And Boyle is back in the game, and he will go to the free throw line. He took a shot here at the end of this play, or at the play.
So Vassallo, good back cut by Boyle. And Albert gave him a little bit of a whack. It didn't impact the play, and that's why I think Coach Snyder isn't really fond of the call. But Boyle, again, Notre Dame moving well without the basketball. Great back cut. Boyle has struggled with his shot tonight as well.
Inside a minute, 18-15. .40 seconds. Donahue splits the defense, and they'll play for 1. Final 25 seconds. Not sure if there's going to be a timeout or not. This is the first time in 25 or 26 years of basketball that I've never seen a game that has had no timeout. For the
really?
First half.
Interesting.
And
well,
I guarantee you, 8 seconds.
Guess what, Al? They're saving them for the fourth quarter.
Guaranteed. 3 seconds on the clock. They have to let one fly, and that one doesn't go. 18-15. So 18-15 is your score in favor of Notre Dame. And I don't think we're going to get Coach Boyle. He was ready going into the locker room. So those are the ones you gotta leave him in there. I don't think he's coming back out, or he is.
Oh, Chase Elder did a great job of getting him. Coach Boyle is going to do a light sprint over here.
Oh, there he goes. Okay. So quickly over to AJ, and AJ has Coach Boyle.
Coach Boyle, small lead after the end of the first half. Thoughts on the first half, keys to the second half?
Yeah, we knew Saucon Valley was going to be difficult to score against, and they've proven that. But our defense has been really solid, keeping us in it, and hopefully we'll make a few more foul shots and execute a little better on the offensive end. We'll be okay.
All right, Coach, thanks for your time. Good luck.
Nice. He's got look at the pace. Look at the pace. He's got it. We want to take
he
that
wants
Boyle.
his guys to play like that. He better do it too.
Exactly. We're at the half in the boys championship game. It's 18-15. We'll be back here watching our D11sports.com game of the week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine.
Do you suffer from nagging neck or back pain? The St. Luke's Comprehensive Spine Program can get you better, faster. We're easy to access and don't require a referral. We'll call you, discuss your symptoms, and put you on a path to healing with the most appropriate provider. Call 1-866-ST. Luke's, option 6, or fill out the online form.
Since 1919, the name Reichenbach Oil has been synonymous with reliability and community. That's because for the past 100 years, we've been delivering heating oil to Lehigh Valley homes at ultra-competitive pricing 7 days a week, with auto delivery and easy payment options to fit your needs. And we offer same-day delivery. When you need oil delivered, think Reichenbach. 100 years of serving the Lehigh Valley community. Reichenbach Oil. Delivery you can count on.
We are back. 18-15 is your score. Game brought to you by DeMayo's Family Ristorante and Pizzeria in Hellertown, serving Italian cuisine for more than 36 years. Open Monday through Thursday, 11 to 8 p.m., and Friday and Saturday from 11 to 8:30 p.m. Stop in or call in your order at 610-838-8004. DeMayo's in Hellertown, your choice for great food. And boy, it is indeed great. St. Luke's is the region's largest sports medicine provider, covering more than 200,000 student enrollment and 40,000 student athletes in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, covering 8 counties and providing the most comprehensive and advanced treatment for athletic injuries. St. Luke's offers athletic training, orthopedic care, physical therapy, and concussion management, plus sports performance training for individual athletes and teams. During these extraordinary times, you can trust St. Luke's Sports Medicine to provide extraordinary care. Game brought to you by Reichenbach Oil Company, celebrating over 100 years of providing the Lehigh Valley with convenient and reliable home eating oil delivery. Proud to support all District 11 athletics. Mention you heard us on the D11 Sports game broadcast and receive $25 off of your next delivery. If you're a student from any District 11 school interested in broadcasting, journalism, or photography, check out D11sports.com. Follow your dream, get close to the action as you take part in our student internship program. For more information, contact your athletic director or reach out to myself or Dave at D11sports.com. Come watch the Lehigh Valley Legends and see what all the excitement's about. Starting this March at the Kirby Sports Center at Lafayette College. Buy your tickets, LehighValleyLegends.com. I'm directing traffic while I'm reading this at the same time. Lehigh Valley Legends basketball getting underway on March 3rd and on March 4th and 5th. Albany and Montreal on the road. And then Syracuse, Reading comes the week on the 11th, and the opening night will be Syracuse on Friday the 10th. With that, we go to our student reporters, Chase Eller and AJ Monsman. Guys?
Chase and AJ here with the 11 Sports, and we're going to give you your halftime thoughts. So first half, we have a lot of three-point shots. High-scoring game, like we were told, really pressed the court, and high defense, too. A lot of turnovers, and it's a lot of fouls here. AJ, what do you think, man?
Yeah, I mean, Coach Boyle was definitely true. They're pressing on the defensive end, and at the first quarter, you saw him go on that little 5-point run, force a turnover. A lot of three-pointers made. I think both coaches in the locker room might give a little speech about how to shoot a foul shot, but, I look for it to come out. I think it'll be a little more fast-paced, high-scoring. I think, Notre Dame, they're running a little bit, but I think they're going to try and run a lot more. Saucon, I think you're going to see work the inside. And, I think it should be a great second half and come down to the wire just like this first half.
All right, thank you, AJ. Back to you guys at the desk.
All right, guys, great job, great analysis once again by Chase and AJ. AJ bringing his A game once again, as he usually does here. And right now, taking through some scoring. Panthers, 2 points for Donahue, 4 points for Robertson. Klotz has 4, 5 points for Sadeh Joseph Davis, 2 points for Zach Rogers, 5 points for Boyle, 6 points for Vassallo. Hobby has a 3 and 2 points for Marks. With that, we'll take a break in the action. When we come back, we'll get you ready for quarter number 3 in this Colonial League Championship, the boys' championship between top seed Notre Dame and number 3 seed Saucon Valley. You're watching our D11sports.com Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine.
I believe that St. Luke's and our coaches are going to provide the safest and most comprehensive training environment that a student athlete would want. Hopefully they come to us and they leave and there's not another need to be filled. Your daughter or son's team can come to us and we provide it all.
On the ground, go!
The team atmosphere and the team that we have put together of sport performance coaches and athletic trainers is why parents should choose St. Luke's University Health Network for their sport performance needs.
There's not another orthopedic group, sports medicine group, healthcare system in the country that has high-level, degree certified, years of experience.
Bench, hip thrust, or floor, we know what block A is, and then we get another group of 7.
Certified athletic trainers and the performance coaches are assigned to schools, and they are there, and they are getting the teams and doing team training around sports schedules and the student activity schedules. That's primarily where it's done. We also provide training here, like at this facility. We provide a comprehensive training program that is the most up-to-date training advancements. It's the safest it can be.
We got our A walks. Remember, good.
Not about gimmicks. Our guys are all educated and have the science behind what they're doing, a rhyme or reason to what they're doing. And we have leadership that will make sure that we're going to provide the best service there is. We actually care about your kids.
Focusing on getting my butt back and my chest up.
People don't know how to use this stuff, and so you need someone to teach them and to help them navigate it in a way that's going to be productive, that's not going to hurt them.
They trust me to put together a workout, and they're always asking questions about it, which is great. You know, I wanted them to have that trust that, you know, I'm going to help them succeed on and off the court.
Every coach, every parent, they want what's best for their student. Okay? They want what's going to help them be the best version of themselves. And so that's what we can provide. I don't think there's anything in this area that can rival it.
$18-15 is your score as we welcome you back here for our D11Sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke's Sports Medicine. So glad you could join us. And we are ready to get underway here in the third quarter. Remember, if you're a student from any District 11 school interested in broadcasting, journalism, or photography, check out D11Sports.com. Follow your dream and get close to the action and take part in our student internship program. For more information, contact your athletic director or reach out to myself or Dave at D11Sports.com. Right around the corner, only a couple weeks away. Hard to believe. Come watch Lehigh Valley Legends play and see what all the excitement is about. Starting in March at the Kirby Sports Center at Lafayette College. Buy your tickets now at LehighValleyLegends.com. I think it's going to be great. Over 145 countries watching this one on a pay-per-view basis, and the excitement at Lafayette. Great venue. We were there earlier this year for Penn State Lehigh Valley games. Just great spot over there for sure, and we're excited to be part of it with our student reporters. Game also brought to you by DeMeo's Family Ristorante and Pizzeria in Hellertown, serving Italian cuisine for more than 36 years. Open Monday through Thursday, 11 to 8 p.m., and Friday and Saturday from 11 to 8:30 p.m. Stop in or call in your order at 610-838-8004. DeMeo's in Hellertown, your choice for great food. St. Luke's, the region's largest sports medicine provider, covering more than 200,000 student enrollment and 40,000 student athletes in Pennsylvania and New Jersey, covering 8 counties and providing the most comprehensive and advanced treatment for athletic injuries. St. Luke's offers athletic training, orthopedic care, physical therapy, and concussion management, plus sports performance training for individual athletes and teams. During these extraordinary times, you can trust St. Luke's Sports Medicine to provide extraordinary care. Game also brought to you by our good friends at Reichenbach Oil Company, celebrating over 100 years of providing the Lehigh Valley with convenient and reliable home heating oil delivery. Proud to support all District 11 athletics. Mention you heard us on a D11 Sports Game broadcast and receive $25 off of your next delivery. With that, Tommy, your thoughts of the first half?
Well, if you would have told Brett Snyder the game would be played in the teens, he'd probably be pretty happy. And I don't think he's really disappointed. They're down by 3. They have not shot the ball well. Notre Dame's doing a really nice job defensively. You know, the crucial thing to watch here moving forward is the foul trouble with both Robertson and Joseph Davis having 2. Either one of them gets a third early, it's really going to change the tenor of the game. But let's see what kind of adjustments we get by the coaches.
That one knocked away, ball loose, and it's sent up to Rogers. Rogers waiting, assessing, that one blocked. He's got 35 on the year. Difference maker inside for sure.
100%, and we pointed it out on the drive by Vassallo towards the end of the half, but when he's not in, it just opens everything up more. It's so much more than just the actual stats that he puts on the board.
Long range 3 will not drop for Jake Albert. Outlet pass. And it's picked up there by Marks. Marks on the reverse, oh yeah.
That's a skilled finish right there by Marks. He took off well from outside in the block other side and used the rim as a defender, threw some English on it, spins it in, and now we got a 5-point lead here for Notre Dame.
Baseline jumper will not go for Robertson. And the tempo stays at a pace that Notre Dame likes it. Boyle eyes up a three. That hits the back of the rim. Masalo had the rebound, lost a handle, and it'll be Saucon Valley basketball. Last championship of Notre Dame was 2014. They beat Catasauqua by the score of 60-58. You know, when you look at that, the last 10 years, flying through there is Jake Klotz. I'll say it was dominated there. You know, last year, Wilson beat Southern Lehigh in a game right here, 56-50. And then it was from there, you know, it's been the last 10 years with the same two teams, or the last 8 years. As today, Joseph Davis has a basket. And don't look now, it's back to a one-point game.
Yeah, for sure. Before last year, it's been dominated by Bangor and Southern Lehigh. Ben Tannis and Bron Holland had incredible runs.
Chase Marks has 4 in the quarter, 6 for the game.
Good offensive set right there for Notre Dame, but Bron Holland really kind of took control when he got the job at Bangor, and they won 4 titles in a row from 15 to 18. That's incredible. But you know, you talk about Notre Dame, and there's such a consistent program here with Pat Boyle in his 27th year ready, but they've only won 2 Colonial League titles. So it seems like they've won more. On one hand, it's a credit for how often they've been in the playoffs and been consistent, but it also speaks to how difficult it is to win a championship. They'd get their 3rd here if they can pull this one out tonight.
And they'll get an over top here on Jake Klotz. You mentioned it. So last year, Wilson won it. Bangor 83-75 over Notre Dame in the title game in 2021. Southern Lehigh 70-51 over Bangor and 36-32 in 2020 and 19. And then from there, you mentioned Bangor 4 in a row, 2 against Salisbury, 2 against Southern Lehigh before you get back to Notre Dame. And then that exciting one in 2013. Again, I've been a part of all these, I think, for the longest time. 51-47 against Wilson. That game went to overtime. Outlet pass. Robertson in transition. He's got 6.
He does a really nice job of controlling his body, hanging in the air for an extra split second, let the defender fly by, gather himself, double clutch, go up and scored on the opposite side of the rim. And that's a couple baskets in a row here for the Panthers.
You know, Saucon Valley, you go back to when we were talking about Robbie Thompson and Mark Hollum, and they won those 3 in a row with Rich Mattis. That one off the mark. 98, 99, 2000. And that last 2000 one was against Notre Dame. So while you said it, yeah, they've been in the finals, but they haven't won that many championships. The other one coming in 2005 against Catasauqua.
Yeah, and again, look, it's not easy to win these things, right? So they lost a 3 overtime game, as you're showing me, to Northern Lehigh in 2010. They've had some share of heartbreak. Klotz has been a real difference maker here.
Klotz has 8 and 4:14 on the clock. I think that's the first timeout of the game, and the first lead by Saucon Valley. Is that in the game?
In the half. They led in the first quarter.
Yes, they led early. That's right, 6-2. Now timeout on the floor. DeMeo's Family Ristorante and Pizzeria in Hellertown, serving Italian cuisine for more than 36 years. Open Monday through Thursday, 11 to 8 p.m., and Friday and Saturday from 11 to 8:30 p.m. Stop in or call in your order at 610-838-8004. DeMeo's in Hellertown, your choice for great food. All
right, so Boyle burning that timeout there is Saucon here. with a few buckets after a pretty stagnant first half offensively. They've gone to the basket a little bit here, and 4 in a row, 8 points in the quarter already.
23-22 in favor of Southern Lehigh. Nice feed, going back door. Oh, that was sweet, over to Rogers.
Well, that's why you call timeout, to set something up, right? Saucon's defense is all over you. You set your man up, you go back door, you get an easy basket. Great execution by Notre Dame.
I was just, timeout. I'm not sure how you can call that timeout. You know, Pat Boyles and the whole coaching staff is up. I don't know if there was any control there. Well, it was close.
I'll tell you how you can call it, Al. If you're a coach, you just yell timeout, and if they blow the whistle, they give it to you. So you take a shot, right?
Some choice words from Pat Boyle.
Well, and Jimmy Rogers getting. How nice is it for Coach Boyle? He has 3 former head coaches on his staff as assistants. He's got Jimmy Rogers, he's got Georgie Barcott, and he's got Mike Vidge, right? Those guys have been head coaches in probably 4 different decades, I think, going back to the 90s when George Barcott was in charge at Central. So that allows either Coach Boyle to talk to the refs and let his staff talk to the players, or he can have one of his staff go over and talk to the officials. And oftentimes the officials don't want to hear from assistants, right? I was an assistant a lot of
no one wanted to hear from
no
you
one
at all.
wanted to hear from me. Eventually. But right before I gave it up, they started to respect me a slight bit. But most of the time,
because they know you were giving it up.
Yeah, right. But you know they don't want to hear from the assistants. But Pat's assistants are veteran head coaches, so they're going to listen when Jimmy Rogers comes over and says, "Hey, you can't call that timeout. He didn't have control."
Notre Dame up by 1 with the basketball.
I told you not to give it away. That they didn't respect me, partner.
Well, you just dug a hole there. Yeah. You told us about your whole coaching career. You're like Rodney Dangerfield.
Absolutely.
No respect. From the corner, a big 3. That will not go. And Klotz on both sides of the floor.
Yes, absolutely. Mr. Klotz has been all over the place.
Ooh.
Well, Cameron Bond, Coach Boyle likes him as a defensive player. That's probably a play on. I like the play on. Here we get a look at the replay. So there's a little bit of contact.
So you're saying Broadway, a little Broadway?
Yeah, I think that's a no call, right? In college this year, they've instituted, and I'm not a big fan of the call, they've instituted this flopping call.
A solid baseline. That was nice.
Sweet pull-up, tough shot. They've instituted this flop to try to discourage that from being a part of the game. It's not in the high school level yet, so there was nothing wrong with what Bond did right there, trying to draw the charge, and guess what? It worked. And you know why it might have worked out? Because in that prior timeout, the assistant coach of Notre Dame telling the officials, hey, I don't know if that was the right call, so, next call goes Notre Dame's way. That just seems to be the way it works sometimes.
All right. A little insight from the coach. That's a rainbow 3, and that is a rainbow yes. 6 1/4, 10 for the game for Klotz. All even Steven at 26.
So Klotz averages 6.5 a game. When you get into a championship game like this, you need some role players and other guys to step up, right? And who has stepped up tonight for Saucon is Jake Klotz, the 6'3 senior. Incredible job. What we forgot about with that charge out was that's the 3rd on Robertson. So he just took a seat. He's going to sit for the last 2 minutes here of the 3rd quarter.
And after that charge, Coach Snyder looked at him and just said, slow it down. I mean, he's going 200 miles an hour.
Yep.
Speed limit here at Freedom is only like 155. Masalo. They'll kick it back outside. That interior is not a place you want to be if you're Notre Dame.
No, it's like a wall of arms and length in there in black jerseys.
So 1:25 on the clock. (26-26).
Little incidental contact right there, but they're almost forced to call it because it caused them to fall, and it's going to be the 3rd on Boyle.
First meeting was back on 2 days before Christmas on the 23rd of December, 51-50 in favor of Saucon Valley. Saucon Valley jumped out of the gate at 10-0 before falling for the first time. And the second game most recently was on February 1st. It was 56-45, an 11-point win for Notre Dame, part of their now 13-game winning streak. Inside, 1-on-3, and Magnata gives Saucon Valley the lead again.
That's just too much length and size right there for Magnata. Looks like a tough shot as a fadeaway, but he got some separation because at 6'4", 6'5", he can just kind of drift away and not be contested.
Ball tipped. Wow, the foul's called. The ball got loose there, and you didn't know where it was.
Well, it kind of caught Cambon off guard, and he just kind of reached in desperation. He didn't mean to do it. Might actually save the layup anyway if Saucon had grabbed the loose ball, and it's a non-shooting foul, so really no harm. Now I think you'll see Saucon hold for the last.
.18 seconds on the clock. Right to the window. Jake Albert, his first points of the night.
I was wrong in holding for one.
And trying to answer that one, ball loose. They're going to get Donahue, I think. It is. With 4.9 seconds or so.
All right, Saucon with a 2-3 zone underneath.
The three, Cotton by Bone. So Bone hits the three, but it's Saucon Valley with the lead, 30-29. It is getting really good here at Freedom High School. 30-29 in the Colonial League Boys Championship. Back after this, you're watching our D11sports.com Game of the Week, presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine.
Interested in a medical career? Consider St. Luke's if you want to be a doctor or a nurse. Based in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, we are the area's only 4-year medical school and the largest provider of medical residencies and fellowships, and the country's longest-running school of nursing, trained at an organization that is nationally recognized in education, patient care, and quality. See why we are ranked the nation's #1 teaching hospital. Where you train matters. The best doctors and nurses train at the best hospitals. St. Luke's University Health Network.
I said I'm gonna be legend for life. Against the wall where you go turn. Wanna see you crash, wanna see you burn. But you gotta stay tall, gotta wait your turn. Cause through trials, that's what legend.
Three in the books, one to play for a championship. See who's going to happen. Al DeCarlo, Tommy Moser. So glad you could join us here at Freedom High School. I want to thank Nate Standard, the athletic director, for taking care of us here on Press Row and Sports Fan Base Network all year long. Everything they've done with us. Sean Riley doing an okay job once again tonight. and his team.
Okay job. So let me get a quick thought in here at the end of the third quarter, partner. As you see Marks give Notre Dame the lead, and that's what I wanted to comment on. So we had a great drive by Albert, but he did it with 15 seconds left, and he let Notre Dame get the last shot. Now it gave Saucon a 4-point lead, but down the other end, out of bounds, Notre Dame hits a big three from the corner to cut it to 1, and then they start the fourth quarter with the ball. They get a basket. Now all of a sudden they're in the lead. So I always, as a coach, you know, even if you shoot and miss at the buzzer, you go into the fourth quarter with a 2-point lead. So as it is, they scored, but Notre Dame, you give them time to make the shot. They hit a 3, and now you're only up 1. So, you know, maybe a little bit of a tactical error right there by Saucon. Hard to fault the effort, but just something to keep an eye on.
And we will indeed. Outside with the basketball underway, 1 minute into the fourth. Scott Koval can't get enough basketball in the house. Hanging up top. I see Jack Heater up there, Tommy Mole, Tim Egan hanging out as well. Lots of coaches in the house.
I think
Mike Glovis from Wilson. Here's a big three. No.
I think Scott came to get some shooting tips from myself.
Oh,
and speaking of also,
oh boy,
Kenny T is in the house from Palmerton.
I saw him earlier. Is he still here?
He's sitting up there with Coach Glovis and some other Colonial League coaches, as we talked about the other night. Great to see them support.
Yep. Nice back door once again. Extra pass. And
Vasallo, great job catching, going up right away. Oftentimes players will hesitate knowing that there's defenders in there. You draw additional traffic in that moment. He went right up on the catch, and that's why he was able to put it in.
$33-30 is your score. Under 6 to play. Thought about it. Oh, nice look underneath. Wide open was Robertson. He's got 8.
A rare breakdown right there by Notre Dame. They have not had many of those tonight, but Robertson found himself open on a good basket cut, and he puts it through.
Congratulations goes out to Northwestern tonight. They win a Colonial League. Central Catholic last night. They win the East Penn Conference, and North Schuylkill beat Marion tonight in the game that we did. 56-52. Vasallo from outside, no. Robertson. It's hard to believe he's a sophomore. I mean, he really has got game.
Well, he's a very athletic young man for being a 10th grader. Absolutely. Not afraid of the moment either. Little spread action by the Panthers.
There he goes again. And can't buy the bucket. Well, see this one.
Ooh.
That's a tough foul.
Well, and that's number 4.
Yeah, that's 4. It looked like he was grabbing.
So
he was frustrated, right?
I just said a minute ago he doesn't play like a sophomore.
Is this a foul?
This is a sophomore mistake. I mean, whether or not it's a foul, as you said, he's frustrated. Now, he may not have arm. He may have more ball. But in that instance right there, 9 out of 10 times. Yeah, you can't do it.
Yep.
It's going to get called. He was frustrated because he missed a shot he felt he should have scored on. He made a great move. It just rolled out. Tough break. But he compounds it by picking up his 4th. And now he's going to have to sit for a couple minutes. And he's going to have to be double careful when he re-enters the game.
Yeah, we just said how aggressive he's been.
Yep.
And here's Donahue with the rebound.
It takes your floor leader off if you're a Saucon Valley fan.
33-32. Notre Dame up by 1. We are at the midway point of the 4th quarter. Magnotta, Davis, yes.
Wow.
Magnotta with a great look.
So, good call, partner. We'll get a look at the replay. A little high post from Magnotta. And Davis watches. He gives him a little look, nod. Here it goes. Cut. Vasallo loses sight, and Davis, somehow, he just kind of caught and flicked. An incredible finish for the big man.
That's the bonus on the free throw for Davis, who's only at 42%.
So 5 in a row, a little mini run here by Saucon. And now we're inside the last 4 minutes. It's winning time now. It's winning time.
35-32, Saucon Valley. Vasallo thought about it. Oh, wide open up top. Marks in the lane, nowhere to go. Back to Vasallo, ball loose.
You know whose name we have not called a lot here in the second half is Zach Rogers. Yep.
Now here's Boyle. Boyle, no. Follow, yes. Marks. He's got 10.
Timeout by Pat Boyle. And a tie game.
Wow. Full timeout. We're tied up at 35 apiece. Timeout brought to you by DeMayo's Family Ristorante and Pizzeria in Hellertown, serving Italian cuisine for more than 36 years. Open Monday through Thursday, 11 to 8 p.m., and Friday and Saturday from 11 to 8:30 p.m. Stop in and call in your order as well at 610-838-8004. DeMayo's in Hellertown, your choice for great food. Game is brought to you by Reichenbach Oil Company, celebrating over 100 years of providing the Lehigh Valley with convenient, reliable home heating oil delivery. Proud to support all District 11 athletics. Mentioned you heard us on the D11 Sports Game of the Week. and receive $25 off of your next delivery. Come watch the Lehigh Valley Legends play and see what all the excitement is about. Starting in March, Kirby Sports Center at Lafayette College. Buy your tickets now at www.lehighvalleylegends.com. Lehigh Valley Legends basketball coming your way. So 3 minutes and change on the clock. When do we see, oh, now, okay. He's back.
All right.
I was going to say, when do we see him?
Well, it helps that it's their possession, right? So if it was Notre Dame possession, maybe you leave him out, but he just has to play without fouling now. You tell him it's not worth it to pick up a foul. If it happens, it happens, but you have to play without fouling because we need you on the floor, even if it costs us a bucket. Obviously, in the last 30 seconds, that changes, but
right now, Rogers has 4 points. Vassallo having a good game. Marks has 10.
Well, more importantly, from a Saucon perspective, holding Rogers down, he doesn't have that many assists. He has not been able to go off and find his teammates the way he was the other night. And that's going to be 4 fouls on Colin Boyle. They get him on the old reach around.
So now both teams at 5 fouls apiece. One more to give. That one knocked away, and that was all by Bone. That was all the pressure by Bone, and leads to a turnover, and Boyle scores to give them the lead.
100%, DeCarlo. You wonder why you apply that pressure near half court, and that's exactly why. And there another. He almost forces a second turnover.
Well, what did Coach tell us about Bone?
He's the best on-ball defender he's had in a long time, and he's coached a lot of very talented athletic defenders.
3, no. Rebound. Is there a walk here?
We get a reach
nope,
in.
Reach in.
And that's Boyle's 5th.
Wow.
Dane Vassallo trying to say that I grabbed him, that was me. But it wasn't going to work. Bozak.
That is a huge foul with 2:03 on the clock.
Big development. Neither Boyle is happy. Not Colin, not Pat. And I don't think Brendan's happy if he's watching down at Kutztown, to be honest.
So Notre Dame will play the rest of the game without Boyle. They lead by 2. And Tom, how's that change the game?
Well, it takes a piece off the board that Notre Dame can rely on for a basket down the stretch. And a key defensive player, right? Boyle was a part of that last strip and pitch ahead for a layup. He hasn't had his outside shot tonight, but he's made other things happen. He's a good defender, and it just takes another rotation player out. We certainly could be headed for extra time here, right? And if that's the case, who knows who else is going to be on the floor. So
37-35. Back to Robertson. Driving through, high off the window. Klotz. 12 points for Klotz. We're tied up at 37 apiece.
I mean, Klotz, what can you say about that young man tonight? He has been as important as any player in a Saucon Valley uniform. And you wanted a good game. Does this qualify, Al?
Yeah, it qualifies. I think it's not bad. It's been nonstop since the beginning.
Absolutely. Now Saucon has 1 foul to give. We're under a minute. Will Coach Boyle, he's going to call a timeout and discuss what he wants to happen right here.
Wow. All right, so we'll set the stage here if you're wondering. Again, last championship by Saucon Valley came in 2011. They beat Salisbury. Last year, Saucon Valley was 7-15. Let's put that in perspective. And now they're in a championship game looking for their 20th win of the year. Last championship for Coach Boyle, it was 2014, where they beat Catasauqua by a score of 60-58. We don't have a winner right now. We don't know who's going to win this game.
Well, if we were in Europe and we were playing soccer, it would be a draw right now. Fortunately, we don't have draws in America, okay? And so they even got rid of that in hockey. We don't have ties anymore. So we're going to play till we get a winner, and we're going to crown a champion. And whoever's going to get it is going to earn it, because both teams have brought it from the start on both ends. And this is what it should be in a championship game, right? These teams split 2 meetings. Notre Dame's on fire, have won, 11, 12 in a row. Saucon Valley's playing very good basketball. The atmosphere's been incredible. We have a very packed gym with 2 great student sections. Coach Boyle and his staff have instructed their young men what they're looking to do offensively here.
Here we go. 55 seconds on the clock.
Alex Magnata has to be careful not to reach over the line right here.
Oh, I'm shielded right here.
Okay, so that tells me right there that Notre Dame's not going to shoot, because Cam Bond he was inside the paint and he didn't even look at the basket. So I think we're holding for 1 with 40 seconds to go.
Here we go, folks. 30 seconds on the clock.
You get a 5-second count going out front here by Ernesto
Lopez. They have
Lopez.
a foul to give too.
And there's a timeout.
Okay, so
good call, Al.
let me go here. I figured they were going to call a timeout. I didn't know when, but you do have that foul to give. So while they're setting up, there's still plenty of time with 22 seconds left. You got to utilize that last foul.
So if you're Coach Boyle and you know he's going to utilize that foul, what you have to do is you have to instruct your guys to drive the basket with about 10 seconds left. So they give the foul at 9 or 8. Because if you wait until 5 or 4 to drive it and they call the foul with 3 seconds, you're not going to get a shot off other than a heave on the ensuing inbound, right? If Coach Snyder, I'm sure he's telling his guys right now, we have 1 foul to give. Let's wait to give it on a drive. But Coach Boyle, he's going to have his guys drive it hard early, put the onus on the referees to make a call, and then we'll just go at it a second time. I believe Coach Boyle's got 1 more timeout, so that if they do give a foul and the ball's underneath or it's side out, he can call 1 more timeout to set up a game-winning play.
All right. Northwestern winning earlier tonight in the girls' championship. Pat Boyle's team trying to inbound it. There's your foul. They kind of go for the steal.
Yeah, well, that's not exactly how they wanted it to play out, because it really did nothing,
exactly.
Right? The fact is it was really close to being a backcourt, and so, yeah, he went for the steal. It didn't work out, but so now here we go.
16 seconds left. Colonial League Boys Championship. We're in regulation. Will it be decided? There's a shot. That one hits the front of the rim, and a timeout is called.
So let me tell you exactly what happened right there, Al, because I watched this play out in the last timeout. Coach Snyder looked over to the officials. I don't know which one it was, and he told them, if we grab a rebound, I want a timeout.
Okay, so people at home watching.
Right.
Even if he wasn't standing there calling the timeout, it's still allowed?
That's up to interpretation by the officials. The officials, to their credit, they're not looking at the clock. He knows in his mind, look, he is a timeout. If they secure a clean rebound, he wants a timeout. It's his right to call timeout. Now, if he had it to do all over again, he would not have wanted that timeout.
Because there was a break coming down
the other way. They had almost a 3-on-2 with a chance to win the game. But he had already said that. Now, that's why maybe you don't do that if you're Snyder earlier and you just let it play out and then you scream like crazy and could get the timeout if you want it, because he really didn't want it there, but he had already pre-called it.
All right, great analysis. That's why you're here.
Well, I figure I better do one thing properly if I'm sitting in this chair. Sean looked over at me before when I used the overtime word, and I kind of looked over and said, I was trying the old reverse jinx. We'll see if it worked or not.
Here we go. Again, will it be decided here in regulation? Saucon to inbound. They'll get it in, and they call the timeout. All right, so about a second goes off the clock.
Okay, so what that did is it advanced the ball about 20 feet. And
you like it? You like that?
Yeah, I mean, since it took 8/10 off, you obviously practice a lot more and have a lot more inbounds plays set up in practice from half court than you do from three-quarter court. So, it worked out perfectly. If it would have taken 2 seconds or 3, I don't like it at all. Snyder knew he has a play in the bag here. They're going to get an open look if they execute. Now, will it go? We'll find out, but they're going to get an open look. He had the timeout. Let's call it. I don't mind it at all.
Is this set up interior or exterior?
Well, ideally what you want is you're going to have something that has two options, right? So oftentimes you may run a shooter out to the corner or to the top of the key, and if Notre Dame, the defensive team, switches it and overcompensates out front, you dump it inside. You have enough time to go 2 passes, right?
Mm-hmm.
If they fall asleep and stay sagged inside on the inside, on the screener, and your guy's open out front, he's going to catch and fire a game-winning shot from deep.
4.3 seconds left, 37-37 here at Freedom High School. Colonial League Boys Championship on the line. Magnotta to inbound. He'll get it to Robertson. Robertson passes across. Joseph Davis, no. The tip back, that one doesn't go. Oh, wow. Robertson almost won it at the buzzer, but guess what, folks? Because there was no timeouts in the entire game, and because it took so quick, we're going to go to overtime and set it up again, folks. It is 37-37. You're watching our D11sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine.
Hall of Fame pitcher Steve Carlton knows what it takes to exceed expectations. He knows what it means to be part of a team that rises above the competition. He knows a champion. Steve Carlton knows St. Luke's Orthopedic Care.
Since 1919, the name Reichenbach Oil has been synonymous with reliability and community. That's because for the past 100 years, we've been delivering heating oil to Lehigh Valley homes at ultra-competitive pricing 7 days a week, with auto delivery and easy payment options to fit your needs. And we offer same-day delivery. When you need oil delivered, think Reichenbach. 100 years of serving the Lehigh Valley community. Reichenbach Oil, delivery you can count on.
Sit right back for we are back 37-37, regulation not enough, we go to overtime. And if you're just joining us, Notre Dame playing without Colin Boyle, who fouled out late in the fourth quarter.
And Robertson for Saucon playing with 4. So back to that last set in overtime, Mal. You asked if it was a good call by Snyder on that timeout. Look at how much got done in those 4 seconds, right? They threw it to Robertson. He shot faked, made a pass, and then Joseph Davis got off a clean look. And apparently, Bozak had waved off to follow. That almost went, but that was really close. So a lot happened in that time. But here we are in overtime.
10-8 Notre Dame. After 1, 18-15 Crusaders at the half, 30-29, Saucon Valley by 1 after 3. And after regulation, even Steven, 37-37.
And the Panthers are in no hurry right now.
From the corner 3, yes, Robertson.
Okay.
He's got 11.
They are not a great outside shooting team, but what an opportune time for that one to go down.
Three to match. Why not? Zach Rogers when it matters.
Good call. The leader, the veteran, stepping up. Leading scorer. Shows you why right there.
40-40. Down to about 2 minutes on the clock. Driving through the lane, lost a handle. Today Joseph Davis gets it back. Second chance.
Great hustle by Joseph Davis right there. After Klotz lost a little bit of control on the drive. So there's a little bit of contact out front here, but the officials are probably doing the right thing and letting them play and not calling a lot. And Snyder's going to burn a timeout as each coach gets an extra one here in overtime.
Wow, in OT we are. So glad you could join us for our D11sports.com game of the week, presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine. Girls game went to Northwestern, 31-30. This one in overtime. We had a 3 overtime game in the semifinals. Want to thank our crew, Sports Fan Base Network. Sean Riley, he's done a tremendous job all year long for us. The entire team has done it. You're getting up, we're leaving, we're getting home. They're still, packing the gear up as well and doing a great job. Also, we're, Kevin Conley's down in Pottsville with Dave Micah all week. And just, want to thank Sports Fan Base Network for being with us for, the entire year and a couple of years, just doing a great job with our production. We appreciate all their efforts.
Well, it's a lot of work down the stretch here in playoff time, Al, but it's so worth it when you get to see the product out on the floor here. The student reporters have done a great job all week for you with all these games at 2 different venues, and that's why we do it.
Yeah, no question about it. I want to thank the athletic director here, Nate Stander, for having us, Tommy Mole for having us at Catasauqua. Again, we're not allowed to do the District 11 playoffs, which we have no control over as they go to the cable companies. We would love to do them, but we cannot. And we're put in a position where we would love to do these league championships, and that's what we like to take towards you. And right now, we are in overtime, 40-40. Next foul by either will send someone to the free throw line if it's decided that way.
Saucon's got their little double high stacks going here, and if there's a breakdown by Notre Dame, they'll take it. If not, they're going to hold for one. There almost was a breakdown, and now Snyder's going to call that might be his last. I can't see him having look at his score. Official score is going to tell him he has one left.
All right, so 35. I'm assuming if he's been taking all this time off the clock, he's going for one here.
Well, the only way he won't is if someone gets loose. This double stack high is something you work on as a delay to either milk the clock with a lead or to hold for a last shot. Sometimes what it does is, as a defensive player, let's face it, you're out there playing defense for 90 seconds straight, you get a few things. You get frustrated, you get, antsy, you want to go for a steal or make a play. You're tired of just staying home and doing the same old thing. And if you slip it the right way at the right time as an offensive player, you might find yourself open on the back cut for a layup. So if you get one of those in your Saucon, you take it. Otherwise, you're going to dribble it down and go for the last shot with 6 seconds left.
So 40-40, 35 seconds left. Saucon Valley looking for their first title since 2011. Notre Dame looking for their first title since 2014. Last year, it was Wilson over Southern Lehigh, 56-50. Saucon Valley to inbound it. And they do get it in to Magnata. Here's Klotz. Down to 28 seconds. Here comes the pressure on Robertson.
They're flirting
inside
with the
20.
half-court line here.
Bone went down. 13 seconds. Inside they go. The kick out. Here's a three. That one won't drop. Ball loose. Final 5 seconds. Taken there by Rogers. Lost. Ball loose. Here's Vassallo. Gives it up. It counts if it goes. It does not. Oh, baby. Double OT with a smile for Pat Boyle. Knew they had a chance there. Holy Toledo. Overtime 2. Another thriller here happening. Take a break. Be back right after this. D11sports.com Game of the Week presented by St. Luke Sports Medicine.
At St. Luke's Orthopedic Care, you can trust us with your hands, feet, shoulders, hips, and knees. Because healthy bones and joints mean you can do more. You can trust us to recommend the right approach to care, including joint-sparing treatments and therapies. And when surgery is the only choice, we offer options to help you heal faster, including technology-assisted joint replacements and muscle-sparing hip surgery. St. Luke's, the orthopedic care you trust, now more than ever.
For life, I'ma be legend for life. I'ma be legend for life. I said I'ma be legend for life. Back against the wall where you go turn. Wanna see you crash, wanna see you burn. But you gotta stay tall, gotta wait your turn. Cause through trials, that's what legend.
Overtime not enough. Double OT we go.
How long do we have the gym for, partner?
No, we got it. We're good. Good. You know that song, After Midnight?
Yeah, who sings that?
I have no idea. You can ask me that 100 times. I wouldn't even know.
Hopefully Stanner doesn't turn the lights off on us here.
Brett Snyder, first-year head coach. Two different style. You know, Brett Snyder, first year. Pat Boyle, 27th year.
Yeah, that's quite the opposite. You're absolutely right.
There's a shot from the outside by Joseph Davis. No, this is the first possession that Notre Dame has had in about, 3 minutes maybe?
Well, did they have more than one possession?
Oh, well, they had that chance at the end. Excuse me.
Oh, okay. Aside from that, which was a half-court heave,
right.
They may only have had one possession in the overtime, and it was the three that Rogers made.
Today, Joseph Davis has 4 block shots tonight, for sure, and maybe and he altered the shot earlier. That shot will not drop for Robertson.
Well, one thing you're starting to see a little bit of here is some tired legs. You talked in the first half about the depth that Saucon was using. They really haven't gone more than 6 deep here in the second half. These guys are giving it all they have, as you mentioned earlier, and they've done it all night. Notre Dame, I don't know if they've subbed much at all in the second half. Obviously, Colin Boyle going out and Hobby coming in. So we got some tired bodies out there.
You know what? I got to give it, and I haven't yet, credit to the student bodies for both. They've been outstanding. We have them behind us and across the way, and they've been loud all night. They have not stopped. They've been dynamite.
Yeah, that's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to support their team, urge them on, pick them up if they're in a little bit of a slump or drought, and they've certainly done that on both ends tonight. The crowd's been great, and they're seeing a fantastic game. Did you see what I did right there, partner?
I saw. You made the play, but you said you're supposed to, supposed to support. I didn't hear any support about me. You're not giving me any good props, anything nice to say, ever.
I didn't tonight? I did the other night.
Yeah,
I said some
the other
great
night
things about you.
I need to be, every night inside.
How about your longevity is impressive?
Woo, all right, he's going longevity here. I don't even know what that means, but okay. 40-40.
Wow, we're down to a minute and a half already in double overtime? All right, so Sean Riley, let's just pencil in triple overtime, okay?
Put that in now. Magnotta to the window, yes!
What a drive by Magnotta. And again, credit to the 3 men with the whistles. They're trying their best to not call fouls and let that decide it.
3 takes the lead. Chase Marks, hello.
Al, it feels to me like Notre Dame's on like a little bit of a computer assistance here, a video game. Whenever they need to make a shot, they make a shot. Otherwise, it's a mess.
Notre Dame back up by 1. That one off the glass, no. Joseph Davis, no. And the ball trickles, Saucon Valley basketball. And Dane Vassallo's got to be careful. That's emotions taking over, but.
And the officials giving him a little bit of rope. Each coach is, again, here in the second overtime, going to get an additional timeout. So Snyder's got one more if he wants to use it. They're trailing by 1. If he doesn't like what he sees here in the middle of this possession, I think you're going to get a timeout. And there it is. Could see that coming.
So 35 seconds left. And Notre Dame with the lead. Notre Dame led 37-35. Boyle fouled out with 2 minutes and 3 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Then the basket there at the end, 37-37. 40-40, exchange baskets in the overtime.
So let's talk about what we have going on right here. Coach Snyder going to draw up a play. He also needs to talk about what happens on a make or miss, right? On a make, you're up, get back and play tight, solid defense. On a miss, we're going to have to foul. So who are we going to foul if you're Coach Snyder? Those are things you need to go over here in the huddle with your guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. So 35 seconds left.
For Coach Boyle, he's got to be stressing his timeout. We got to get the rebound on a miss here. This is already a second chance opportunity for the Panthers. We need to secure the next miss.
Saucon Valley down by 1. Robertson thought about it, but he was way outside. Instead, the three will be taken from up top. That one doesn't go. Ball underneath. There's a foul that is called on Bond with 18.5. It came from the side on him.
Well, again, Cam Bond is saying hits all ball. Let's get a look at the replay.
That's right in front of Bozak. Yeah, I was going to say, it's right in front of him, so we don't have that angle that he has.
And the only thing you can say right there is just call it out of bounds on Notre Dame and let Saucon have it underneath. Let's see what Jake Albert can do here at the line.
Well, he misses it. And the rebound underneath.
So not a lot of argument here. That happened very quickly. Not a lot of argument from Snyder and or the Panthers on the floor. So Caleb Hobby, who hit a big three earlier and has subbed in after the foul out of Colin Boyle, is going to go to the line here for the biggest free throw of his life.
80%, not sure how many he has shot this year, but 80% is Hobby. Excuse me, 43%. My apologies. For Hobby. Up by 1 are the Crusaders. And he misses the shot. Saucon Valley with the ball, down by 1. Second overtime. Pass that one across, down to 9 seconds. Almost lost the handle, ball loose. They battled for it. He wanted a foul, didn't get it. Driving through the lane on the reverse, and then taking that down. There's a foul called. Boy, there was a couple fouls that I thought were going to be called, and there weren't. There's a couple Saucon Valley players down now. We're going to walk the floor, I believe, for free throws. They may put a half a second back on the clock, but boy, I thought Robertson may have been fouled.
Well, here we get a look, Al, and not to. So, to be quite fair, Vassallo went straight up, and not to bring back sore memories for local football fans, but that's the opposite of what happened in the Super Bowl right there, right? You don't want to blow the whistle. That's going to determine the game. Robertson with a good move, tried to go reverse. Vassallo went straight up, maybe a little bit of contact, not enough to call it, and Saucon's going to have a very difficult time getting a shot off with 9/10 of a second on the clock.
Well, Pat Boyle smiling over there. On the far side.
We got a timeout. There's a timeout. There's so much noise and electricity going on in here. It was difficult to hear the whistle, but Coach Boyle did call a timeout.
Now I ask you a crazy question.
Shoot.
Okay, it's 44-42. You make the shot. They have a chance to throw it. I go back to Andrew Armolino throwing a pass to Matt Morton,
right.
From behind the basket. What do you do here? Do you take the shot and hey, if he makes it three, it's whatever, you just take it regardless. You can't lose the game.
Right. So I wouldn't instruct my guy either way because, like you said, nothing's a bad outcome. If I had to choose one, I would choose a miss because by the time you gather it and throw it, that's a 1 out of a million shot, throwing it 75 feet in one motion. If you make it, Snyder's going to call timeout, but you'd still have to catch and heave from 60 feet. So really, there's no good options if you're Saucon Valley right here. It's just, the lesser of two evils. But, if Vassallo makes it, you're fine. If he misses, you're fine. Had they added a little more time, it's a different story.
Yeah, right.
The key is, and Rogers is in here on the foul line, the key is the only way you can lose the game right now if you're Notre Dame is if you have a foul called, right? So that's the only thing you're not doing is going near somebody to foul.
That's correct. So Vassallo on the free throw line, 0.9 seconds left. And he'll make that. All right, so here we go. One chance. All right, timeout taken.
There's Snyder's timeout, so have to see how Boyle wants to play it here. I think the smart thing to do, go ahead now.
I'm just going to say, 0.9, you can catch and throw.
You can. So the first thing that I'd like to see Coach Boyle do, what I would do is put somebody on the inbounder, right? And to be honest, nobody ever does this. This is one of the fun things that I used to like. But there's 9/10 left, right? I would almost put two defenders on the ball, okay? Make it put your tallest defenders on the ball. Make it Notre Dame's not going to have time to Saucon's not going to have time to select where they're going. They're just going to have to throw it in and get somebody, right? So put your tallest guy, maybe even two guys on the ball, and then the ball's going to be heaved down the floor. You're going to have enough time to retrieve it or get a hand on it, deflect it, and let the time bleed off.
All right, you just said deflect. There's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to foul on the three, right?
Oh, obviously.
Unless you don't want to foul on the three. That's the only thing you can't do here.
Yeah.
I mean, Notre Dame, they feel comfortable here, but again, they've seen crazy stuff. We're in double overtime. Notre Dame.
The other thing you want to do, obviously, is keep it in front of you. So let them catch it in front of you. Now Pat Boyle sees the lineup that Brett Snyder came out with, and he's going to call timeout to set up. So just keep it in front of you. And what that also does, Al, is it forces them away from the basket, right? So their momentum's all going the other way. You don't want them to catch it going towards their basket.
Right. Well, I hope you've been enjoying our games, not only this entire year, but this game as well, these championships here on this Friday. You go to watch games, you hope they're good on the end. And it's funny, you and I were talking earlier, and Kyle Paremba, from Palmerton was here, and we said, well, we never have a good game with Tommy. When we were at Palmerton a couple weeks back, it was double overtime. You weren't there. The other night, Mike Gage was in the house. We had triple overtime. You get yourself a double overtime in a championship. We saved it for you for the end.
Well, it's funny. I was going to say you were joking. I don't really think you were joking. I think you're upset. I think you think I bring you bad luck. What's the opposite of a four-leaf clover? I felt like you think. So I can exhale a little bit because we've seen a really outstanding game here. Two championship-worthy teams. It's going to be a shame that one of them is going to have to put a silver medal on. But let's see what the last second brings.
45-42. They'll toss it in. They're going to let it fly. Half court. Oh, that was so close, but no. Notre Dame wins their first championship since 2014. 45-42 in double overtime. Wow, and wow again. Fantastic victory for the Crusaders. Absolutely. Wow, 45-42. As tough as this was for Saucon Valley, boy, they came to play tonight. I look at Saucon Valley and, four seniors. Joseph Davis, Klotz, Albert, Magnata, they were there all the way to the end. 45-42. Wow.
Just a great game. And you know what's funny about sports, Al? Who was the linchpin of this Notre Dame team for the last 4 years? They had one of the best players in school history, the all-time leading scorer, right?
Yep.
Absolutely one of the best players we've seen in this area in a long time in Brennan Boyle, right? They could not break through and win a championship, okay? Pat Boyle has had many, many outstanding teams through the years.
I think he's hugging Brendan Boyle, if I'm not mistaken, I believe.
Okay, so but sometimes it's just your time to win it, right? And this was the year for Notre Dame to get it done. They've had better teams. Pat would probably be the first guy to tell you that, but maybe this is the team, and this is just this is what you want as a coach, to be able to coach a group of young men like this.
All right, waiting now, and we go down to Chase and coach.
Congratulations, Coach Boyle. First championship since 2014. Once again, what got you here, and what was your key to the game today that got you that win?
You know, I'll have to go back and watch this one on TV because it all seems like kind of a blur. I'll tell you, Coach Snyder did a heck of a job with his team all year and a heck of a job tonight. They made it so difficult for us. We knew, on offense, we knew they would, but luckily we stepped up and made some big plays. Chase made a big three, and then Dane makes an unbelievable defensive play there, at the very end. So just couldn't be prouder of my guys.
All right, thank you, Coach. Go have fun with your team. Back to you guys.
All right, thanks a lot, Chase. Saucon Valley, take you through the list of all players. Again, no specific order. Alex Magnotta, Braden Weiss, Constantine Donahue, actually one of our D11 Sports student reporters. Jack Robertson, Andrew Gilbert, Henry Kosholik, Jake Klotz, Kieran Walsh, Rudja Takar, Peter Albano, Brandon Thompson, Elijah Miller, Sadeh Joseph Davis, Joseph Griffith, Adam Clark, Chase Best, Caleb Grimm, Tyler Fizenmayer, and Carmelo Stokes for first-year head coach Brett Snyder. Take you through scoring. Magnotta with 4, Donahue with 2, Albert with 2, 11 points for Robertson, 14 for Klotz, 13 for Davis. For Notre Dame, 7 points for Rogers, 7 points for Boyle, 3 points for Bond, Vassallo with 12, 3 points for Hobby, and Marks finishes with 13 points on the night. And Notre Dame wins their first championship since 2014. So, Brett Snyder, Bob Fry's there. Brett Snyder, I know, and you're going to be disappointed. You're going to be frustrated. You battled to as much as you could in the game. But boy, oh boy, this coach has done a tremendous, tremendous job with this team that only had 7 wins a year ago.
Well, they'll be back. This certainly won't be the last time that you see Saucon Valley or a Brett Snyder coach team in the playoffs with a chance to win a title. This one's going to sting. They played really well, had a chance to win at the end of regulation, at the end of overtime, and at the end of the second overtime. Yep. So, it could have gone either way in all 3 segments, right? So it's easy for us to say that, look, you'll bounce back and you have districts. This one's obviously going to sting for a while, but they'll be back because this young man, he knows how to coach, and this will make him and his program better moving forward.
Yeah, and they're all in the same bracket. Executive Notre Dame. Notre Dame will pop up to the 1. Executive will be 2. Saucon Valley, Palmerton, Panther Valley, all in that mix. In that 3A classification, which is going to be a pretty good classification.
Yeah, so Notre Dame's going to, as you said, bump up to the 1. So what that's going to do then is that's going to make an interesting semifinal match if they can take care of business in the quarters between Saucon Valley and Executive, right?
Yep.
For the right to take on, in all likelihood, Notre Dame in the district final.
Pat Boyle giving the medals. Amy Rogers, the athletic director, with a big smile on her face, enjoying every second of that one. Again, no specific order. Isaiah Miles, Zach Rogers, Anthony Pez, Colin Boyle, Cameron Bone, Dane Vassallo, Gavin Hoff, Andrew Lessig, Jordan Smith, Caleb Hobby, Chase Marks, Jason Blacknall, Danny Darno, Michael Maslanka, Bernie Gomez, and Tyler Prepetet. So with the win, Notre Dame improves to 21-3. The loss, it's 19-6 now. So now the Crusaders will get the trophy coming in their directions and take a good look at that.
That's what you play all season for, and they're going to enjoy it. They did it as a team. Obviously some good individual players, but a total team, much like we saw in the girls' game with Northwestern, The best team won the championship right there, Notre Dame Crusaders.
So enjoying that moment, and we'll wait and get our player of the game. But wow, what a game. Double overtime. Interesting, the game was just flowing around. We kept saying the flow, and it was just moving. No timeouts at all. And
yeah.
They end up going double overtime anyway.
Then it just kind of stopped there in the last couple minutes. But, hey, that's what you expect, right? You're gonna get a little bit tighter down the stretch, and every possession, it's like postseason baseball out. Every possession means a little bit more, and things get magnified as we get closer to the wire. And so that's what happened there. Although that was more the case for Saucon. Notre Dame would come down, and they'd trail by 2 or 3. They'd fire up a 3, and it went. So they had 2 shots right there, Rogers in overtime and Marks in the second overtime.
Absolutely.
If either of those miss, it's a completely different game. And those were just absolute onions shots, as Bill Raftery would say, onions. And that's certainly helped.
Wow. Great game. We wish these two teams the best of luck. This will be our last live stream for 2023. And it'll end with a bang. And right now, standing by is AJ Monsman, and he's with our player of the game. AJ?
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. I'm here with Chase Marks. Chase, electric game. How were you guys able to pull through and get it done at the end?
It was possession by possession in overtime, a lot of long possessions. Our defense was able to hold in, get a big stop, made big free throws, big shots down the stretch, and, just well execution.
Yeah, you did make some shots down the stretch, and especially you in the game, 13 points. How were you able to achieve that with your team tonight?
My teammates found me when I was open. It's all God. I've been working for this since I was a little kid, been dreaming of this moment, and I couldn't be happier for my teammates and this win.
And, I know you guys are going to enjoy this one. First title in 9 years. How does that feel to say Notre Dame is the Colonial League champions?
We always talked about wanting to come in and be different. We wanted to start the winning culture back up here at Notre Dame, and we did that tonight, and we couldn't be happier.
Chase, thank you. I appreciate it. Congratulations. Al, Tom, great game down here. Electric atmosphere, double overtime, unbelievable ending to an unbelievable doubleheader. Guys, back to you.
All right, AJ, thanks a lot. Great job by Chase Eller and AJ Monsman tonight. They were on their game as they usually are.
Absolutely.
You see the emotion by Chase Marks as a senior showing that. I mean, they wanted this so badly. A couple years back, they were in it, and they couldn't finish it, losing in the championship to Bangor 83-75. That was in 2021. But we wish the two teams the very best of luck. Your final thoughts?
Yeah, just a great basketball game. It's a shame. We say it all the time. It's cliche, but it's a shame that somebody had to lose. Saucon will be able to look back on this because they played a great game. They didn't lose it. Notre Dame just won it, and they're a worthy champion. Saucon, outstanding effort. Great things to come for that program. We saw a good one.
Tommy's been a great year once again. Always pleasure having you side by side. Ben Tanis as well, and a bunch of others announcers with us. Sports Fan Base Network, the entire team doing a great job as well. We'll regroup. We'll get ready for some wrestling down the road. But this, for the most part, basketball coming to the books as they get ready for districts next week. Final score in double overtime, 45-42. Congratulations to Pat Boyle. We wish them the very best in the districts. Also to Brett Snyder, his team, we wish them the very best. Final score, 45-42, Notre Dame, your champions in double overtime. For everyone here at D11sports.com, Al DiCarlo saying have a great night.